Drink it in, man.
Deep left side carry on. Picks on the block. At the 5. At the 2. At the 1 to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Drink it in, man.
Get up, Stafford throws. It is end zone. Caught! Oh, baby, what a catch! Kenny Galladay, you're a freak! What a catch! Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Cornbread!
I love the Lions! Say it with me! I love the Lions!
Drink it in, man.
Detroit Koolaid, the Detroit Koolaid drinkers. This is your boy Okri. We are here on a Friday talking Detroit Lions, and I have not said this in a while, but this Sunday will be game week. We will be the Lions will be heading down to Arizona to play the Cardinals. I know everybody is super pumped. Actual football. We're actually going to see our offense, see our full defense, all that type of stuff. We'll talk about that and many other things on the Koolaid Cast. But like I said, it's a Friday, and I got Grifka here. Grifka, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, man, TGIF, couple days away from actual Lions game where we get to put all the speculation to bed and see what this team is all about.
Absolutely, man. Lots of rumor and innuendo, lots of unknowns for this football game. But let's just go kick it off. Let's put that D-line out there. Let's get number 9 back there slinging the football. Let's unleash Carry On, Kenny. Just can't wait, man. Absolutely. So, Grifka, go ahead and kick us off. Like, what's going on with the Lions? What do you want to talk about for the people today on the show?
Man, now you know me. We're going into the season.
Oh, boy. Here we
NFL Network. Every article's out there. I had to like actually reinforce my soapbox just so I could stand on it and actually kick it a little more after reading some of this crap because I'm so tired of all this, man. I often say the disrespect that is given to the Detroit Lions. This is just proof. This is utter proof. I don't know. This first one, I have a couple different ones, and I'm going to get your opinion on each one after I bring it up. But this first one really bugged the crap out of me. And that was like our favorite friends at the 4-letter network. They got this master simulator, and obviously they put the Lions on the JV level as every other team was playing pro football. They actually had the Detroit Lions through their simulator. Oh, it was obviously just a simulator. They had the Lions starting out 0-11. 0-11.
Did you say 0-11, Grifka?
Yes, I said 0-11. And the tagline after the tagline was after like the 0-8 start or whatever that Martha Ford was tired of it and they fired Matt Patricia and Mother Goose takes over as the interim coordinator, interim head coach. It's just like, well, first of all, this is all crap. It's not going to happen. And once again, I don't know what the simulator is. Like I said, 0-11. Come on, 4-letter network. I don't know what simulator even is pulling this from. I mean, like who's on these teams? I mean, the simulator realizes that they're playing Arizona in the first game, right? Yeah, they realize that, right? And just like they obviously, since ESPN just loved Kyler Murray, they must have put Heisman Trophy winner on there. It's like, so I think that makes them just a be-all end-all quarterback. Losing at Arizona to start with. And I know me and you have talked about other games coming up, but 0-11. How can that not infuriate you about the disrespect? Like I said, the 4-letter network often gives our beloved Detroit Lions 0-11, man. I can't even – it just boggles my mind that their simulator, a la whoever runs the NFL department there at ESPN, believes that they're going to start at 0-11. I gotta listen to you. How do you feel about this?
Grifka, how's your blood pressure there, buddy?
I had too much salt for lunch, so right now it's going through the roof.
How's that coffee table of yours? Did you break any more glass panes on it when you read this?
No, not yet, but I did get really mad, and I could feel like the vein pumping through the veins in my neck just expanding, and I'm just like,
all right. Well, let me calm you down, Grifka, because this is you again. Like, I don't know, you're perusing Lions 24/7. You're reading up on all these articles about negative stuff about the Lions, and I don't know if you think it's true or if you just let people put it in your brain. But I mean, I hear this article, man. I just think this.
That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful.
I mean, they could take that simulator. You know what I think about that simulator, Grifka? You know what I think about the ESPN simulator?
What do you think about it?
It was a bad decision. Period. Point blank. It was one of the dumbest decisions I ever made.
And when you talk about this, or when I saw this come across my timeline on Twitter, I saw people going crazy. 0-11, Matt Pat fired. Martha Ford's had enough. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? Are you serious? Like, the Lions are not going 0-11. The Lions are not firing Matt Pat. Like, I don't know what the hate is from the country, but every time I see it, I just either laugh or think, wow, these people know nothing about football. And you like go crazy about it. So like, you know, the only thing I would warn is like, we have not played a football game yet. So like, I'm optimistic. I think we've got better football team than last year. I think we have young players. I think the offense can be good. We obviously have a great defensive front, but they got to go play. So until they start racking up W's, I mean, people can say whatever they want, but all these 3-win predictions and 0-11. I mean, are you kidding me with that? Like, I just shake my head. I mean, I know you get all fired up, but to me, it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it just drives me nuts. And I always feel like the 4-letter network, you know, does the most disrespect. And, you know, I often think like, you know, okay, man, I'll go watch NFL Network. They kind of treat every team fairly, but I'm really starting to think that they do. This is me getting back up on my soapbox here. You know, they're talking about it, and like, I can't remember who was doing the prognosticating of the NFC North. I can't remember who it was. I just remember they were talking to Maurice Jones-Drew, and since he does Rams games on the side, he's obviously like, you know, oh, I saw the Rams. I know what a good team looks like, blah, blah, blah. So whoever the prognosticator was predicted that the Packers would actually finish last in the NFC North. And I don't know what happened, but MJD, like, he pulled a freaking Sanford and Son. He grabbed his chest, and he looked at him and goes, even worse than the Lions? It's just like, dude, what are you talking about, man? It's just even worse than the Lions. It's just like, you know, oh, that team sucks. You think the Packers are worse than that? Screw you, MJD. I mean, you know, because you'll watch a Rams game. I mean, get lost, you fool. When you do, like, you pick their seasons, like, you have the Rams losing like one game because you got to go sit up in the press box every game and call the game. But all of a sudden, like, the Packers, they're the world beaters again. They got a new coach, and, you know, Porn Stash Rodgers is back, and they have, like, you know, obviously the greatest wide receivers of all time, and they got some running back who's going to run the ball a lot. So, you know, they're going to win the division. But when he said that they're even worse than the Lions, come on, dude. Obviously, last in the North means worse than the Lions. Duh. You don't have to like, oh, no, I'm sorry. The Lions are magically going to finish 5th in a 4-team division. Shut up, MJD.
Oh, man.
So what do you think about that? You going to like MJD, or is he like off the map now too?
Oh, man. MJD, I mean, I wonder how many Happy Meals he's had since he made that take, because dude's getting a little large these days, but he tries to be funny. He tries to have hot takes. You know what I would have done to MJD, Grifka?
What?
MJD would have been like, what? They're going to finish after the lot?
Call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
Grifka, I would have dropped the Jim Rome hammer on this suddenly overweight midget named MJD. Again, thinks he's the king of fantasy football. Guarantee I could take this guy out. Secondly, like you say, he played in Jacksonville. What does he know about NFL football? I mean, what did he win? A few games his whole career? Or he had one run maybe, and that was it in his illustrious time in Jacksonville. And what did he go to, like, the Raiders? Oh, I'm sure you really were a great football team out with the Raiders. I'm sure you really know what they look like. Like, these are just pot shots at the Lions because everybody thinks it's the Lions. Like, these are the people that don't use their brain. They don't look at the roster. They don't project forward. They just think, well, the Lions have never won. Why would they win this year? Like, I mean, this is just, like you say, NFL Network, ESPN. These guys are big, big picture, big name guys. That's why you hate them. I mean, I love it when they talk about Baker Mayfield, and when they talk about Odell Beckham. I mean, Grifka, I mean, I would pitch it to you, but instead of doing that, we can always just play this when I say that about that player.
I'm like, that's Baker Mayfield right there. Baker. Yeah. I just want to let you know. He sucks, okay? Yeah, there you go. Mark it down.
So you hate all these networks because they pub up people like that you have a vendetta against, and they hate on our Lions. And for me, I just sit there and like laugh because for you to say like Odell Beckham and Baker Mayfield have never done anything shows me that you don't know what you're talking about. And then these guys saying that the Lions are going to finish last shows me they have no clue. So I just sit there and go, Grifka, is this a real question? Really?
It's not really a question. It's more of like a rant. Of course, I had to like. It just drives me nuts. Everybody like treats the Lions like a butt of a joke, man. Like even worse
like
than the Lions. It's like
what, like a punching bag, like a Lions punching bag?
Exactly. I had to wait for that last punch. I forgot it was there for a second. I'm like, oh, gotta wait for the last one.
Grifka, that's us on Sunday versus Kyler Murray. It's gonna be this, and then the knockout shot. Boom! Now you're done.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. Since my blood pressure's through the roof now, I'm gonna have to put my coffee down and stop taking my salt pills and everything. So, and get back to normal blood pressure. How about we get a word from our sponsors here?
Yeah, man. Let's do that. We'll get out. Everybody, we'll be right back. Everybody, we're back, and that means we're that much closer to football on Sunday. Cannot wait. Enjoy talking. Grifka got himself all riled up about these people that have no clue about the Detroit Lions. I would like them, to get off to a good start. I'd love to see our Lions come out of the gate hot. I'd love to see them get a road victory. But all these terrible predictions, all these people just acting like we're going to finish last. I mean, obviously anything is possible, but I just don't see that happening on almost every level. So, Grifka, what else is going on? Let's turn this show upside down. We're leading a Sunday. Let's talk about some more Lions stuff and get the people all psyched for the game.
Yeah, I have a question for you. I know a lot of coaches, they usually break down seasons in quarters, every 4 games, and they try to win every quarter. My question to you is, with the new offensive scheme that's coming in and the new players that they brought in on the defense, looking to shore up the defensive line, the defensive backfield, with this particular team, do you think the first quarter of this season may be the most important quarter of the whole year?
Well, I mean, it's good. This is one of, I always give you grief for your question. This is a good question. I mean, is it the most important part? I mean, I think people put a lot of stock in like, this is a must win. You've got to come out hot in the early part of the season. If you lose a few early, it's going to kill you. Like, I'm a big proponent, especially in the NFL, like every game is big. I mean, let's say you lose your first 4, but then you rip off like 8 towards the end of the year. Your record's still going to be good, and you're actually going to have more momentum than if you were to start fast and then stumble down the end most times. So I think the beginning is important for the Lions because they have some really tough teams coming in. I mean, we're getting some good breaks. I mean, we're playing a rookie on the road. We've got the Chargers coming in, probably not at full speed. Then we had some tough road games. We got the Chiefs coming in. So the beginning part is bad, but I got to say that, they're the areas where we can capitalize, we need to do so. And like I say, I just want to see this team be a really solid, good football team. I got to say some things they did in the preseason were not encouraging, like in regards to penalties and offensive line play, as well as, some of their skill guys. Obviously, we didn't see much from. So, I still have question marks there, no doubt. And you really don't know until the regular season gets going and people unveil what they're going to do. But I think the beginning is important. But, this is where I always caution you. Don't freak out if they have a terrible game in Arizona. The season isn't over. Like, don't go crazy if in those first 5 games, like their record isn't what we would have hoped, because there's still lots of football left to be played, and like any given Sunday, anything can happen. So, you just take every game as it is, every snap, and you hope that Matt Pat's defense is like it was last year, as well as improved. You hope that the offense, pretty much can't be anything but improved, and just go out there and, like I say, limit the mistakes, play good football. So I think it's important, but I also think that don't get too hyped on the first 4 games, the first 6-8 games. It really is a encompass of the whole schedule. You got to keep that in your brain at all times.
Yeah, I see your point. You make some really good points there. I think the way I feel about the first quarter of the schedule, and I know Matt Pat likes to say an awful lot, they'd rather be playing well in December than in September. And
Right.
I totally see that point. Like you said, if you start off really hot, I mean, we've seen it before where teams start off hot and then they, in the second quarter at some point, in the second quarter of the season, they kind of start to fizzle out and they struggle and, they're on that bubble for making the playoffs and they ultimately fall short. I'm thinking this more of like, I think it's important for them to see with the offense and the defense to see if the upgrades and the new offense, where it's at. And if the offense continues to struggle like it did last year with the new offensive coordinator, I mean, I don't know if that's going to start to bring any doubt into the players' heads. Do we have the right offensive coordinator? Do we need to make a change? Do we need to open it up more, depending on what Bevel wants to do? Defense wise, if the guys they brought in for big bucks, it takes them a little longer to get acclimated to the scheme. I mean, they brought the guys in because they've worked with Patricia in the past. Obviously Flowers, Coleman. Everybody's like they'll pick up on it quicker. I think as long as they have a good showing. I mean, I'm not expecting them to go say 4-0, but 2-2 against the teams that they're playing is a good first quarter for this. And if the offense is showing itself, putting up some points, the defense is being able to make some stops when needed. They're not getting ran over. I mean, like you said, it's really tough. After the Cardinals, they come home up against the Chargers, then they have to go to Philadelphia. And then they come home and play the Chiefs. And those last 3 teams I mentioned, everybody's predicting those 3 teams to be in the playoffs. So if the Lions can have a really good showing against these guys, and like I said, they don't have to go 4-0, but have a good showing and not struggle to a 1-3 start, or 0-4 start, where if some of the players might creep into their head, like maybe we're not as good as we thought, just a good showing. I think that's why it's really important for these guys, to get off to a good start that way, offense, defense wise.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I just, like I say, I'm always cautioning you because, again, we are all hype. We love football, but it's discouraging for me when like the Lions will have one bad game and people just, oh, this offensive line's terrible. It's like, is there a chance that maybe they had a bad week? Because that happens, oh man, we just can't put up any points. Like it's been 1 game or 2 games into the season. Like you don't even know what the full complement of this offense is going to look like. So that's why I'm cautioning people is like, again, you're saying 2-2. I mean, don't forget our predictions, 12-4. If you go 2-2, you got to lose 2 games the rest of the season. So, we know that was an optimistic prediction by us, but like you say, just kind of take it game by game, play by play. And like I say, I think we'll be excited to see what we see from this team. And it's another growing year. It's year 2 under Matt Pat, the defense, as well as basically year 1 under this offense. So no excuses, but also got to see it and let it breathe a little bit and go. So Grifka, before I know you got some other things we want to talk about, but let me throw something at you since we're talking about first quarters and schedules. I'm going to give Frank Ribble another shout out. He's always supporting the Detroit Koolaid Cast, as well as he's on Twitter, I think 24/7, 368, tweeting and talking Lions. But the other day, I'm just sitting there and my phone just ringing off the hook with the notifications. And sure enough, it's Frank Ribble getting all his predictions from people for this football game. So I don't have them all in front of me. I can't even say I saw them all, though they were coming in so fast and furious. But if you want to go check out Frank Ribble's Twitter, that's Ribble. First name Frank. Here's a couple of them that I saw. Somebody has the Lions 31, Cardinals 17. We've got 24-13 Lions, 21-10 Lions. So 3 Lions dubs with kind of different scores right there. 27-13 Lions, 31-17 Lions, 28-23 Lions. So obviously a lot of Kool-Aid drinkers in Frank Ribble's notifications there getting back to him with predictions. But we love seeing that, and we just want you guys to all go out there, soak those in, as well as be positive going in this first game. So I just want to get those out there, and you guys know what me and Grifka think. We think this is a winnable football game. We think you got to go on the road and get it done. So I just wanted to get that in, Grifka, before we got too far down the road. What else we got?
Well, first I want to thank Frank for going out there, doing some legwork, getting some scores. It's always great, like you said, to hear other Kool-Aid drinkers, having a lot of confidence in this team. Thinking back on it though, when we kind of covered this game on our last show, we never really gave our predictions for it. We just kind of discussed the offense and the defense and how what they do to handle Kyler Murray, and how Arizona was probably going to handle our new look offense. So let's do this. I mean, really, how are you really seeing this game coming? What type of score are you looking for?
I know we threw out a prediction way before. Now that we're closer to the season, gosh, I mean, I love projecting and putting it out there, but this is such a tough one for me because, everybody is so holding everything back and we just don't know. So if I got to put a score on it right now, I mean, I think this is going to be a fun game for fantasy football fans to watch because I think there'll be some surprises on both sides of what you see and some exciting plays probably back and forth, maybe on both sides of the ball, but hopefully more Lions. And gosh, man, if I got to throw out a score, I'm going to go, I think our Lions are going to, get the offense going, but not to a crazy level. I think we're probably going to put up 27 points. And I think we're going to hold the Cardinals to 21 points. So I think we'll have a decently handily victory, but there will be some dicey moments, I think, in the second half as well as maybe towards the end. But I think we walk out of it with a victory, 27-21 Lions. Hold on.
That's good.
Wow.
I
know that's your reaction, right?
Wow.
You got it, man, right there. Like you said, I think the offense that Kingsbury's bringing, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with it. I mean, if you're running, a whole bunch of people, running a big time, just like you said, air raid offense, pass the ball all over the place, that means his offensive line needs to be really stout, stop the Lions, front four. I don't think the Lions are going to blitz a whole lot this game simply because I think that just creates more running room for Kyler Murray if he does break loose. They may put a spy on him. It's going to hurt a little more with Davis. It doesn't sound like he's going to play as of right now, but his speed was somebody on that defense as one of the linebackers that I want to say equal. I think he'd be able to equal Kyler Murray, being able to keep up with him and being able to track him down. I think the other linebackers may not be as fleet at foot and would struggle with a little more. That's why I don't think the Lions are going to blitz as much and try to keep Kyler Murray in the pocket. But with that being said, I think the Lions, like you said, I think they're going to come out. They're going to open the playbook up. They're going to pass the ball around. I don't think the Cardinals' defensive backfield's that great. I don't think their front four's that great. I think they're more stout at the linebacker position than they are at the interior of the defensive line. So I think the Lions are really going to try to run it up the middle on this team right now, and then draw those safeties up, and then go take their shots downfield. So the way I see in this game playing out, I think it's going to be probably like a 28-17 Lions victory is what I'm looking at here. And I don't think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't mind seeing them using your boy a little bit, TJ Hawkinson, simply because I think he is the tight ends, I believe, are a really good matchup against the Cardinals linebackers this week. So, and if they're going to, they use them a first round pick, I mean, like I said, I don't see it happening, but for your sake, for Lions sake, for Lions fans' sake, if it's going to be one of those games where Hawkinson kind of goes out there, shows what what they got him for, blocking wise and, catching the ball, maybe a touchdown, move the chains when needed, it'd be nice to see him.
Grifka, I just want to get it right. Did you say something complimentary about TJ Hawkinson here on the Detroit Koolaid Cast?
Yes, I did.
Woo!
You know, everybody out there loves that. You finally come around. I mean, maybe we'll hear even more from that when he starts scoring touchdowns. I don't know if you caught the preseason. He's catching the football unbelievable. He's running after catch. I mean, how soon before you order his jersey? I mean, really.
Oh, I won't be ordering one of those, but I was really hoping, with my take, you would drop a wow.
I mean, I was so blown away by your take on Hawkinson, I couldn't even get to it. But now that you mention it, man, Grifka said something great about our first round pick, number 8 overall, TJ Hawkinson. Can you believe it?
Wow.
There you go.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
That's still sweeping the country, by the way.
Yeah, it has to be probably the greatest soundbite you've ever found.
Are you amazed by it?
Yeah, mind blown, man. Mind blown.
Wow.
What else we got?
I just have one more. I really want to hear from you. I know you've had little bits and pieces of it. If Kyler Murray was standing right in front of you and you had a microphone in your hand and you could say anything to him, and I know he's probably going to sit there and roll his eyes and turn his back on you, what would you say to Kyler Murray about the Lions front four coming after him this weekend?
Oh my, where do I start with this question? So Kyler Murray, I mean, he's about 3'8". I mean, 100 and nothing. This guy thinks he's some baseball star. Obviously, we don't talk about that on the podcast. I'll probably have to edit that out later. This guy, I mean, he comes in with all this bravado. I mean, you see him at the practices, got about 8 gold chains on. Like, hey, Mr. T called. He wants his starter kit back. This guy's got his black visor, all this gear on, like he's some star. He's never made a play in football. So, okay, he's dancing around a little bit in the preseason. He's back there doing whatever he's doing. Can you imagine the sheer fear on his brain? I mean, the minute he lines up and looks across and sees Flowers, Snacks, Daniels, and A. Shawn, I mean, this is probably what's going to go through his head. I mean, he might just say to his coach, he might just call a timeout and go to his coach, who also sucks, and go, I don't know, something like this.
Nope.
And just sub himself out. I mean, that might be what happens, because this guy has no idea like what he's in for. He doesn't know what the NFL is all about. I mean, could this guy be good at some point? Sure, but I think the Lions are just going to beat him up physically. I think he's going to have kind of those welcome to the NFL moments. He may have a couple plays here or there, but it's not going to be enough. And yeah, man, when the Lions get a hold of him, I mean, it's going to be something else. I mean, I just don't know how else to put it. I mean, I wish I had some more sound drops, but basically you're just going to hear Kyler Murray screaming for his life. I mean, just saying, looking at the line and just seeing these physical beasts and being like, damn! I mean, we're just going to put him in the ground on Sunday, bottom line.
That's what I love to hear, man. I love when you give your takes like that. It's just the optimism is just pouring out of every one of your pores. So that's like I'm looking forward to that too. Like I said, they got to keep him in the pocket, and then to quote the late great Al Davis, the quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. I mean, I'm sure you could probably find that sound drop somewhere because that's all over the place. But
absolutely, we might have to play that next week multiple times, because that's what needs to happen. And Lions have to treat this guy not only like a rookie, but like a little tiny rookie that that they need to dominate physically, and they need to intimidate. Again, I love it when the Lions have a little nasty when they're getting back there. They're hitting them, maybe a little extra after the whistle, but not enough for a flag. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you got to do. Like, you basically got to get in this guy's head, intimidate him, scare him, let him know, man, this isn't 7-on-7. You're not out there running around in shorts anymore. You're not out at Texas Tech or Oklahoma trying to do everything and anything you want to do. Like, this is the NFL, man. Welcome to it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I want Kyler Murray. It's just everybody always has the thing. We're not afraid of anybody. Everybody says that we're not afraid of anybody. I want him to see, like, when that team walks out on the field, to warm up, at the beginning of the game, at halftime. I just want them to be like, I don't want to say scared, but just, you don't know what you're in for. These guys are just going to rough you up. And this team is full of bad men, like you said, Mike Daniels, Sean Robinson. Those are two of the baddest men in the NFL right now. And those guys, I just want those guys, breathing down his neck. And it's just one of those things where he just doesn't know what he's in for. And he doesn't know where it's coming from, where the pressure's coming from. He's going to be trying to have eyes in his back, and and they're going to be on top of him, taking him down before he even knows it. So that's what I'm looking for. I mean, these guys, they said they were full of bad men. The guys you don't want to meet in a dark alley, cool. Prove it. Go down there, take the number 1 draft pick down. It's getting all this hype. Everybody wants to see him. Take him down. I'm not saying, play dirty, take him out, do anything illegal. You want to clean, but make him hurt. Put him in an ice bath after the game, and then an ice bath on Monday. That's what I want to see.
Grifka, I love it. The people love it, and everybody from both our takes right there. I mean, it's simple. Detroit Koolaid Cast all day.
Drink it in, man.
Grifka, you got anything else, or can I do a little something for the people?
How about the floor is yours, sir? I will clear out. The floor is yours. Do your dance off with your pants off.
Grifka, I've been known, we have a guest on the show, to go Nate Burleson and do an incredible intro that usually ends with, "In the building, oh baby," something like that, right? But I want to do a little promo for the people because we've been waiting. I don't even know how long. We got to be probably 6+ months in the making that football is back. We've rumbled through this thing they call preseason, which is a waste of everyone's time. I've totally enjoyed probably a baker's dozen worth of fantasy drafts. I'm ready to rock and roll there. NFL football, I got college last week, got my Michigan Wolverines last week, which was great. But when the NFL kicks off, not only on Thursday, but when the Lions line up on Sunday, man, I'm be ready to go. So I want to cut a little promo here for the people just to get everybody hyped and understand that we got NFL football ready to go. So if you're sitting there listening to this right now, at 4:25 on Sunday, the Detroit Lions are going to roll up into the Arizona Cardinals house. You know that big thing that looks like a toaster oven? Yeah, we're coming there to take your toast, your jelly, whatever you got, and lay some wood on Kyler Murray and anybody else that wants a piece. And you know who's going to do that from snap one? It's going to be Flowers. It's going to be Snacks. It's going to be Mike Daniels. It's going to be Sean. It's going to be Tracy Walker on the back end. It's going to be Darius Slay out there waving fingers. And then when we get the football offensively, number 9 is going to be under center. He's going to be slinging the football around to this guy that everybody slept on. I don't know why. He's been balling out since we drafted him. His name is Kenny Galladay. Oh, baby. We got Kerryon Johnson. Everybody saw this guy last year. Every time he got the football and every time he was featured, I mean, he put up about 100, 120 in a touch every time he was actually used. And okay, he went down with an injury. He's ready to rock and roll. Basically our whole O-line is returning except for one spot. We've got other weapons. Everybody also forgot about Marvin Jones. This guy can go up and get the football. He can score in the red zone. I mean, I see him having a bounce back year. You got this guy, Grifka. I don't know if you've heard of him. His name is TJ Hawkinson. Hawkamania is going to be running wild all season long. But here in week 1, where everybody's like, oh, rookie tight ends, man, they don't do anything. Like, these guys are just slow starters. I wouldn't be surprised if they get this guy the football early and often. He's kind of the talk of the end of this game of, man, look at what they do have in this rookie. He put up, 75 and a touch. I would not be surprised one bit. And everybody, I'm telling you, get ready for this football game. Go to the grocery store, load up on all the food you shouldn't eat. I mean, go get things for the grill. Clear out your day. Don't be pulling any of this garbage where I got to take the kids out. I got a function. Clear this day out because Sunday at 4:25 we're kicking the football off for Lions football. And enjoy the day. Enjoy fantasy football. Get ready to roll and let's go put up a W. So Grifka, are you with me? Are we gonna go do this dang thing or what? Because it's time to drink that Detroit Kool-Aid. Let's go make a batch. I'll see you on Sunday. And it's time to get this W. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this.
Yeah. Yeah, so looking forward to this. Get the Kool-Aid, get the cornbread, get whatever it takes. Just go out and just roll the Cardinals, man. That's the biggest thing. So hyped for the season. Big thing's going to happen, man.
Cornbread!
Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in, man.
Grifka, I think we got to leave it there. I mean, I think I got the people all wound up. We're ready to go. Let's do this dang thing. Let's come back next week, talk about a W. Let's talk about what we saw from our real football team after we finally see them here on Sunday. And just love it, man. Love that football's here, and I'm just absolutely ready to go. Got myself in a lather here. Grifka, don't bring me down. Don't bring the show down, but they do want to know. Do you got anything else for the people?
Nope.
That's a triple for Grifka. Everybody, I hope you're hype. I hope I did you good there. I hope you are ready to go. Lions football, this is going to be a great season. This is an improved team. We're ready to go. Stay healthy, put up points, and play nasty defense. I'm ready to do this. Everybody, we'll catch you next week right here on the Detroit Koolaid Cast, talking all about it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game. We'll catch you here next Wednesday and Friday talking Lions football. Everybody, we're out.
Pack the bags, start the plane. This game is over. It is over. What a comeback by the Lions.
Drink it in, man.